Alright, so sorry I'm not doing a live video, but I decided to make this quick little video here while I am tagging along. Don't worry, I am not paying attention to the video, and that's why I would prefer not doing a live video, because live videos are great to be able to see interaction as far as like if you have questions right when I say something, or if you're like, okay, well, how would you do this? Then I can answer right then and there, and it's kind of nice because it could be something that could help the whole group out. So I just wanted to share with you guys some things that have helped me, because I actually just received a message. I opened it up last night. I think I got it a day ago or a couple days ago, and they're like, how do you stay so happy? And I'm like, how do I answer this question? Okay, well, first of all, I'm not always happy, okay? Mostly I am. And the reason why is because I have faith that no matter what's going on in my life, that I have a God that's so much greater and bigger, and I know that He turns every situation and circumstance for good. So even if it's something that I chose, or even if it's something that the enemy is trying to place in my way, the enemy took away my husband due to, alcohol and lust, and again, this is just me opening up to you and what I see and what I realize, and you could be like, what do you mean? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And I'd be more than happy to share with you on a personal level, as far as like just, it's the whole spiritual realm, if you want to call it. There's these spirits of lust, spirit of anger, spirit of you name it, that can attach onto people. So for one, I know that my God is so much bigger than my circumstance. Like, He sees everything, and no matter what I've chosen, no matter what I've done in my life, and no matter the things that come against me, I know that He will turn anything and everything for good. And for one, here I am in this group trying to share the light and positive and joy and peace and love with each and every single one of you, because I hate seeing people go through stuff and be depressed. And and it's okay to go through emotions, and that's why I'm like, I'm not always happy all the time. There's times that we, as the Bible would say, there's a time to cry, there's a time to laugh, there's a time to I can't even really honestly think of anything. My brain is so shot from not getting to sleep until like midnight from doing homework last night. So but anyways, so He speaks about how there's a time for this and a time for that, and so there's a time to grieve and everything. There's a time, during this process of the divorce, it's been really difficult, and this isn't the first time that I went into kind of a homeless situation. When I had my 6-year breakup, I went into a homeless situation that I spoke to you guys about in that first video. That, yes, I had a home to sleep in, but I didn't have my own home. I didn't have my own place. I was surrounded with other people. That's a homeless situation, whether it's with friends or family. And it sucked. Like, I never wanted to be there again, and I never thought I would. And here comes this divorce, and I'm back in the same situation. I didn't have the income to get on my own 2 feet. There wasn't anything to help me get out on my own 2 feet. And everything. Like, all the resources and whatever it may be have been just eaten up, if you want to call it that. And I didn't, during my business that I'm so blessed to be able to be at home with, I focused on being a wife, I focused on taking care of 6 children, and I worked on the business on my own time. That was the blessing of it. I got to focus that, but it wasn't something that I was like, oh, I'm gonna grow it to this, like, if I do, that's great. But I didn't place that focus on there, because money has never been something that, I know I'm kind of going off subject, but I'm just letting Holy Spirit lead me. Money has never been something that I'm like, okay, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, I gotta have this. Yes, I want to take my kids on vacation. Yes, I want to be able to provide for my home. Yes, I want to pay off debts. I want to make an abundance of money to supply out to like organizations or do things for. And I can simply say this and know that the Lord knows my heart, that this is why I want to grow the business that I have now, and even expand it more, because I know that I can reach more people, but I do what I can with what I have right now. So anyways, I had times, I would cry at night. The one thing though that I shied away from, so when before I even became saved, before I even knew the Lord, I would always sit there. So I was someone who, I was not working at the time. I was taking care of my kids. I think I just was getting ready to start this business, or I just started coaching. And, I was playing all these, actually, no, this is before I even started. So I was playing all of these Facebook games. I took care of my kids. I wasn't a bad mom, but oh my goodness, I would consider myself a bad mom, like from where I am now to where I was then, if that makes sense. Like, I took care of them. I was not one that really went out and whatever, but I focused my time on, I was stuck on Facebook, stupid video games. And then I would also watch like everyone else's news feed, and I'm like, why is this person's life like this? Oh, well, here I am seeing people getting married, and here I am seeing people like this and that. And I always, I think all of us, want to feel loved. We want to feel loved. We want that true love. We want, that's, God built us this way. And so I fed myself with relationship after relationship after relationship. And, here I am seeing all these people from my high school, and I was just this dropout in high school. I was pregnant young, my life seemed like it was over, but I did take care of my kid. I wasn't one that just went out and partied. So I guess the Lord gave me the gift to, to nurture my children and everything. But anyways, okay. So, before I sat there and I victimized myself. I was like, why is everything like this? And, my situation is like this. And, and I blamed every single thing else and everybody else or whatever for the things that were going on in my life and everything that has happened. I could not sit there and blame myself. I never understood. And I don't remember exactly what the aha moment was or the action moment. It probably was because I had the back surgery. That would have to be it, probably. Because once I had the back surgery, I'm like, I need to get healthy for my family. Like, I need to be there for them. And then I started doing that personal development, and I realized that my life will never change unless I do something different in it. Unless I make a choice and take different action steps, and unless I make sacrifices on the things that I want to do, playing video games, binging on Netflix, whatever, spending time that has nothing to do with my family, nothing to do with anything other than my own personal wants and needs. And it's hard because for me now, like, I see so many people on their electronics and stuff like that, and we have this great thing that we can utilize and use. We can use technology, and we can use groups, and we can use getting on Facebook to be able to connect with people, to be able to grow ourselves, to be able to reach people that we'd never be able to reach. However, there's a lot of people that will, you see them countless on games, this addiction of games, or this addiction of even just social media, scrolling people's news feeds and like creeping, not in a bad way, but I just call it creeping. And, it's heartbreaking, because I finally had to have something so dramatic in my life like that, which wasn't even, to be able to wake up to reality and be like, you know what, my life will never change unless I do something about it. And you know what? The time doesn't change. It still continues. I don't care. I can stop this video, but my time on it's going to keep ticking. a clock, the battery might die out, but that doesn't change the way that time is going to happen, right? Like, time continues. It doesn't stop for anything. It doesn't pause for anything. So you can either start to live this life that is, always feeling anxious, or always being depressed, or always victimizing yourself, or wondering why, or questioning the things in your life, or you can stop. There's a few things. You can, number one, you can breathe, okay? Take a breath. Breathe. And whether you want to just sit there in silence, or whether you want to pray, or whatever it may be, start to fill yourself with words of affirmation. And what I mean by that, and it sounds crazy, but it's really true, like, start speaking life on things that you want to speak life upon. So if you are depressed, for instance, you can just start speaking like, I am full of joy. I am full of love. I am not depressed. I break off this depression. If you are a believer, obviously break the depression off in Jesus' name. And it's something that you're going to have to consistently do every single day. It's not going to be like, all of a sudden I'm giving myself words of affirmation and now I'm never depressed in my life. No, this is a constant reminder, because we seriously, in my eyes, we have this enemy that's constant. He never stops. He's persistent on attacking us and not wanting us to receive all of God's kingdom and everything. So this is a constant reminder that you're going to have to tell yourself. So you can sit there in silence and you can pray. You can sit there in silence and start to speak words of affirmation over your life. The things that whatever situation that you're going through, or whatever is like, the depression, anxiety, like, you can start speaking the opposite of what you're feeling and what you want to feel. Or you can find a book, and I'm more than happy to recommend. I've read, oh my gosh, countless books. Right now I'm reading Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. And this is all about how we have this mental battlefield going on in our mind, because the enemy sits there and loves to tell us lies over and over and over and over, that we start to believe these lies versus the truths that the Lord has for us. And you would think, like, gosh, Ashton, you've been positive for how long? Why are you reading this now? And that's because, again, we all go through this battle, and the mind is number one first that you need to get in check in order for everything to start to fall into place. So you can start reading something. There is Audible books that you can listen to. There's numerous things that you can do, but I actually want to challenge you for the rest of this week, before you even get out of bed, to start to speak at least 5 to 10 affirmations to yourself every single morning. I'm talking about before you get out of bed to go to the restroom, unless you really have to go. That I am beautiful. I'm unique. I'm full of love. Today is going to be a fantastic day. Today is going to be blessed. And you can just start to feel that peace and that, like, any heaviness uplifted from you. I'm full of energy. So if you're tired, actually The Miracle Morning is a book that I'm listening to right now, and then Battlefield of Mind is what I'm reading right now. Because one thing that I like to do is use my time as wisely as I can, and while in the car, if we're not listening to worship, I have on an Audible or some sort of CD of personal development that I can listen to, because I feel like it's pointless not to be filled in as many ways and places as I can. I used to watch TV while I fold clothes. I listen to Audible now, unless I'm watching a video with the kids. But anyways, so I want to challenge you guys to do that, and I want you for the rest of this week to do this and let me know the things that you are starting to feel and how they're helping you. So anyways, gotta get into the store, and then I will talk to you guys later. Bye.